Posting one free workout on your channel every single week will grow your audience. That doesn't really mean that your business is going to grow as well. If you have thousands of subscribers on your YouTube channel and your program's still not filling out, they're still not selling as much as you know they should, we need to talk. Hi, my name is Jacopo and I'm the co-founder of Lazy Dancer Tips. It's a YouTube channel that I founded with my wife. She's the host of the show. We've got 239,000 subscribers. We have an online business attached to it that generated $1.5 million worth of sales. And since we've been in it for 10 years, I want to talk to you about content because we spent a long time figuring out what was the content that grew an audience and the content that grew our business. And because we needed both, in this episode, I want to talk to you exactly of the distinction you need to have when creating your content so you know which side of your business you're growing and how to have more sales on your program because of your content. When we launched our channel back in 2016, Alessia, my wife, she started doing videos about what she felt comfortable doing. She was an amazing ballet dancer. She danced in the most prestigious stages all across the world. She had experience, like you probably have. If you're building an audience, it means that you've done something worthwhile that you want to share with the world. And as coaches, trainers, professionals, teachers, what do we do? How do we feel more comfortable connecting with people? Teaching. So, like many other creators out there, we started teaching. How to do the splits, how to do a plie, how to be more elegant, how to be more flexible, and how to do anything. And we never really had a program for sale for at least 1.5 years because the only thing we knew was that we needed to build an audience to, at some point, make money. When we decided that YouTube wasn't a good strategy plan to make money because we weren't receiving much money from AdSense, you probably noticed this as well. We decided, you know what, let's sell our stuff. Let's sell a membership, because I wanted recurring income. But we decided to create something that it was going to be affordable for anyone. And because at the time when we had the idea, we had about 34,000 subscribers on the channel, we believed that even if 1% of them would sign up for the membership, everything would be perfect. We could leave our jobs and live off the new business that we created. 34,000 subscribers that we grew teaching people everything Alessia learned throughout her career. We built a huge amount of goodwill. And then when we launched our program, which was $9 a month, when we launched it, we had about 40 signups out of 34,000 people following the channel, loving our content, liking everything, commenting on every content, saying how grateful they are because we show them a new way of doing things. And then when we asked them to jump into our program, it was almost crickets. If you're building your personal brand and the business together and you already have a few thousand subscribers following you, you know how painful that could have been for us. It was so disheartening, especially because we spent 6 months building this membership with exclusive content. Then we decided to launch it and go on holiday, and we basically crashed. Alessia had a mini panic attack in Rome, probably because of the temperature as well. But all of that effort wasn't repaid. And we spent years figuring out how come people love our content, but they don't jump on our programs as much as we know they should because our programs are amazing. And your programs are probably amazing. You can change lives with those. That's why you crafted these journeys that people should pay, invest, commit, and then follow a journey you design for them, right? This is what we discovered. And we discovered this back in 2019 when our income went from 2,000 English pounds a month to 9,000 pounds a month. And I remember we didn't change any product, we didn't change the strategy. How come that people are buying more? Now, after 10 years, I've got perspective on what we did so I can tell you exactly what worked for us. First of all, we decided not to become people pleaser anymore. So our energy, our conviction about our work completely changed. So there was an element of energy and personal power that grew for sure with practice. But there was something that we did in our content that completely changed the way that people perceived our value. And this is the thing that I want to share with you today. When you're growing an audience, we didn't know that your audience is formed by two different groups of people. What I like to call the passive audience and the committed audience. And we need to serve them both because one audience is there to grow the channel, grow our visibility, train the algorithm to bring more of the same people because we nailed their interest. We know that our videos are hitting the right topics for these people. But a committed audience are the people that have a problem that we can solve and they don't have time to like, subscribe, scavenge on our channel to find the right videos to put in line and together to serve their own journey. They don't have the brain, they don't have the experience, they shouldn't spend time. That's why are the perfect people to jump in our programs. Now, what is the difference between the two audiences? At the beginning, we gained few sales because accidentally we activated buyers, which are our committed audience. But we didn't do it intentionally. And I want you to do it intentionally as well, especially if you're posting content every single week, every single day maybe, and you're not seeing the results that you know you should be seeing. Your passive audience is activated by how-to content. How to do this and how to do that, they find it useful. Maybe they search for it, maybe they find you, they stumble on your videos, they consume your content and they enjoy it. That's why they comment on it, they like it and subscribe to your channel. But the reaction that they have when they get activated by your how-to content is like, yeah, that's useful. I love it. That's exactly what I needed. Thank you very much. That's the reaction you get from your passive audience. And that's okay. But if you only do that type of content, you're basically training people to use you as a resource. And this is what we did. But when we started changing things, we realized that there was another type of content that activated the other side of the pond, which is in the same audience. You probably have these people already in your audience and you need to activate them. And the way you activate them is with a different type of content. It's what I call this is why content. First audience gets activated with how-to content. The committed audience is activated with this is why content. What is it? What do I mean by that? This is why content doesn't teach people how to do what you say they can do, like how to do the splits. Exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, repeat until it's done. That is how-to content. This is why content is bringing awareness to why they can't do a specific thing. And that's still valuable for people, but in a way that gets them a different reaction, a reaction that makes them wanna hire you or buy from you. Let me explain why with an example. This example came up from the time where we wanted to sell a flexibility workshop that we did, which was like $500 a head. When we create how-to content on this specific topic, let's say how to do the splits for simplicity, how-to content on this topic would be like how to achieve your front split in 3 steps, right? This is step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, and so on and so forth. You give them exactly what they need. Some people might follow it, some people may not, some people might think, great, that's useful, one day I'll do it, I'll save it, like, subscribe, and then forget about you tomorrow morning. Result, I still can't do the split. What if I wanted to activate buyers? Buyers that don't have time to watch an entire video, they don't know if it's for them, they don't know if it's gonna work for their specific situation. They need to be told why this will work for them. This is the content that I will craft for them instead. The reason why you can't do the split right now that you are over 40 It's not because your body is not flexible, but it's because your lifestyle trained your nervous system not to feel safe around the range of motion that you're trying to make it achieve, like the split. There are three main reasons why your body it doesn't feel flexible at the moment. Sitting down at your desk every day basically trained your spine not to let go of the muscles because it's not used to the range of motion for full flexibility. You've got to unlock that before you can even start doing exercises for the split. Then once your spine feels safe around that kind of range of motion, you need to open up your hips with specific and targeted exercises for that. Once your hips is open, then you need some resistance and stretching that are specifically designed for your muscles to retrain and open up. And that is the moment where your body can achieve the splits naturally without forcing, without risking injuries. When you know how to retrain your spine to feel safe around mobility, open your hips and do the right exercises to do the split, that's when your body will be supple again and you'll be able to do the splits at 40 again. If you want to master these three things, that's when you jump in our programs, because we have a workshop and then you sell your program in whatever way you want. Now, do you see the difference between the two things? In one video, I might be sharing exactly what they need to do. The second example teaches what they need, why they don't have what they want. And the reaction of that piece of content is not like, that's useful, I'm gonna save it and do it later. There's nothing to do. You brought awareness to something. And when that happens, the reaction is, okay, well, I didn't know that. That's exactly what I need, but I don't know how to figure it out by myself. I need to hire you. How do I work with you? Of course, whenever they are ready to do so. These are not just magic words, magic tricks to trick somebody into buying something, but it's a way that you make people aware on why they need to take a move to change the situation. This is why content. And I love this concept because if we knew this when we started, we would have made way more money and we would have helped way more people. For the same reason then, Lazy Dancer Tips took 238,000 subscribers to surpass the $1 million in sales, when Profitable Talents, this project, has got less than 2,000 subscribers and we crossed the six-figure a year ago. Because we're doing more of the right content. And that's why the right content framed for the right type of audience can resonate way more and activate buyers already in your audience. Now, this video has been useful, but I don't want you tomorrow morning, or maybe right now, you sitting down at your desk thinking, okay, but how do I write or how do I create a video or a piece of content that is this is why content, right? And because I don't want you to panic or just disregard this video, I want you to actually practice this. Now you have the change in perspective. Now I want you to have the practice for it. And for this reason, Alessia and I have created something where you can practice, and it's called The One. The One is a training that shows you exactly how to go from how-to content to this is why content, and make your audience know exactly who to hire when they're ready to fix their problem. We have a training, but we also meet together twice live. You go through the training, bring your content, we look at it together, and we create it in real time together. If you want to know more about it, click the link in the description and we'll see you in The One. Let me know in the comments, what type of content have you been creating so far? Have you poured all of your heart and soul into your channel? You gave it all for free, like we did. Or maybe you are trying to sell, but that feels clunky and maybe you don't know exactly how to do it. Tell me where you are so that I also know we are not alone, because we've made a lot of mistakes and there's no shame in it. We're just here to help and we are in a journey together. If this video has been useful to you, hit the like button and I will see you in The One.